What's good, YouTube? This your man Spill Dog. I don't know, man. It seemed to me like a lot of people not really taking the weight into consideration. I think Bud is one of the best fighters. I've been said that probably the best out of this generation, the class he came in with. But I still don't know if that's gonna be enough to get past Canelo. In my mind, just seeing how Canelo been moving since the fight with him and Bivol, I don't even think he take this fight if he think there's any possibility on him losing. I don't. Now that don't mean he can't lose, but in his mind he can't. If he take this fight, because if he was gonna lose his throne, don't you think he would rather lose it to a good big man than a good small man? I mean, and it's just hard to believe he gonna go in there with somebody like Bud if he ain't real sure he can get at least the decision. I just don't see him. He got a whole lot to lose. And Bud is like he's an older fighter, so I just don't know if it's just hard for me to see Canelo letting Bud go out on top on him like that. You know, that don't mean it won't happen if they fight, but I just don't think in his mind, if he take this fight as any way, he feel like he'll lose that fight to Terrence Crawford. I just the way he been moving since he lost that fight to Bivol, I don't see it. It seemed like, you know, Berlanga is a better fighter than a lot of people give him credit for. I like Berlanga, and Munguia it's not an easy fight either. Now they just seem easy because who Canelo is, but them dudes was champions. So I mean, you can't say. I mean, they might have been soft touches for Canelo, but they wasn't cherries like that. Not just an outright cherry pick, you know. And I just feel like Canelo been in there with a lot of real good fighters at all levels. You know, just look at his resume. He been tested over and over again. Not to say Bud haven't, but Bud giving up 21 pounds. You know, I seen a guy in the comment section say that Bud walk around at about 170 or 180, but there's very few people that fight in the smaller divisions anyway. It's very few people that fight at the weight that they walk around at, because once they get in shape, they gonna lose 10, 20 pounds usually. You know, at least 10 pounds. So I don't know. And then, like I said, another thing, walking around weight ain't the same as the people you used to fighting on a more consistent basis. I hope Bud can pull it off. I really do. You know, but people need to be realistic about what he's trying to pull off. I mean, Canelo is a pound for pound champion as well. Canelo can fight. You know, Canelo can box. He got good defense. He got solid power. You know, and then I mean, it might be even more than solid power against a smaller fighter. So it's going. I mean, it's, you know, and then although Canelo is short, he's short for the guys in his division. Him and Bud are about the same height. You know, I don't think either one got no more than an inch or a half inch in height against the other. So the only real advantage would be Bud, as far as in that respect, is Bud's reach. You know, and like I say, man, that it's for the money, he got to take it. It's a hell of a fight. You know, it's a hell of a risk. But like I say, if anybody can do it, it'll be Bud, and he definitely gonna have to fight a perfect fight that night. He can't make no mistakes, and he will have to be moving all night long. I'm not saying running, but he can't just stand there in front of Canelo like that. I mean, you know, that'd be, it wouldn't be smart. I mean, at times I know they're gonna be in front of each other, but he don't need to be standing there too long, unless he at a distance where he can't get touched at. Because like I say, Canelo is a pound for pound boxer just as well as Bud is. This is going to be a hell of a fight, you know, and it's going to be real tough on Bud end, just because the strength factor, and especially on the second half of the fight, you know, it's going to get real in there if they fight. You know, like I said, man, I'm just going to be a fan watching the fight, hoping don't nobody get hurt, and, you know, and hoping Bud can try to pull it off. But it's going to be I don't want nobody to get the wrong impression. You know, like I said, man, Canelo ain't no, Canelo is Canelo. I mean, the man ain't where he at because he can't fight. And 20-some pounds, that's a lot of weight in boxing, especially smaller divisions. It's just a lot of weight to give up, and that that's gonna always be my problem with this fight in a sense. Like I said, man, I'm not crazy about this fight for Crawford. The only reason why, because at 168 it just seemed like everything, is all for Canelo, which is why if Crawford win this fight, he definitely up there with the top, the greatest ever. Then he definitely would be right up there. There ain't no way you'd be able to deny him if he could pull this off. This would be the fight of his career right here. And once respect for him for taking the fight. You got to give him respect for that right there. Just the thought of going up. Earl was always considered a bigger welterweight than Crawford, so it seemed like it made a little bit more sense with him, just because everybody looked at him as the naturally bigger man. But I noticed when he fought, Earl, Bud did look like he had nice size on him. But 168 pound size, I didn't see that. But I just seen that he definitely a solid 154 pounder now. So the weight difference ain't as big as it once would have been. And like I say, Crawford's ability to box, he showed he can box and move against Postol. So it's not like he can't do it for 12 rounds if you come down to it. He has done it before, and I think by him knowing this, like if the fight gonna be in September like they say it is, with this much advance notice, I think he got enough time to really get prepared and go in there and put on a perfect performance. But that's what he gonna have to do to get through that night right there. Everything gonna have to be firing on all cylinders, and he had to fight the perfect fight, and he will have to stay with the game plan. He can't let his temper or ego get in the way. If he get caught with a big shot and the crowd notice it, he gotta stay. He will have to stay within the game plan in this particular fight. It won't be like at the smaller divisions where he could abandon the game plan for a minute and go balls to the wall. He won't be able to do that against Canelo. Because Canelo is too big of a puncher, and that'll be opening itself up for big problems. So as long as he can stick to the game plan, that'd be the main thing. I think if ever was a fight where he would have to stick to the game plan, I think that's would be the main thing. Bo Macklin would have to just make sure he don't get pissed off and get outside of himself against Canelo and keep his defense tight all night. And he gonna have to box and move. That's definitely, he will have to. If ever there was a time for him to box and move, that'll be the night for he will have to box and move for 12 rounds, and then anything can happen in that respect, But that's it for me on this video. If you like the video, like and subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Spill Dog. I'm out.